Hey, good morning and welcome to Morning Verses with Mike. It's a beautiful Monday morning, and I hope things are started off great for you so far. Today, I'm going to be sharing from a couple different books. I'm going to share, as we do each Monday, we're going to share from this version of the Bible. It's the New Living Translation. This is Every Man's Bible. We're going to be getting into Romans chapter 6, verse 13. And I'm actually going to be reading the devotional that's directly from this book. It's called My Utmost for His Highest. It's by Oswald Chambers. And it's a really good devotional. I enjoy reading this most days. And it's one of those things that it's a good reminder that we need good people, good books, good information that are pouring into us to complement the teachings of Jesus. And it's good to have other perspectives. Uh, I just enjoy because we get to thinking one way, right? We will get in there and we just think or feel this one thing, and ultimately, don't get me wrong, what is in the Bible is the truth, right? And so we need to follow that. I just think that it's good to have other places that complement that can help explain that and uh, edify that to us, I guess would be a good way. So getting into it this morning. Romans chapter 6, verse 13. First off, I always share in my Every Man's Bible, what is the book of Romans about? It says Romans is the Bible's most orderly and thorough presentation of the gospel. Masculine perspective, or the perspective here is, what's the real score with God? Where do you and I stand? Will we make heaven or not? This book lays out the facts on what it takes to be acceptable to a holy God. So it's very clear. And I'm going to read the full verse here. Chapter 6, verse 13 says, do not let any part of your body become an instrument of evil to serve sin. Instead, give yourselves completely to God. For you were dead, but now you have new life. So use your whole body as an instrument to do what is right for the glory of God. So that is a really good reminder this morning of what it takes. Very direct. So as we get into the devotional, and again, I'm reading from this book. If anyone, I really recommend this devotional. It's called My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. Talks about building atonement, and he drives from Romans chapter 6, verse 13. He says, I cannot save and sanctify myself. I cannot make atonement for sin. I cannot redeem the world. I cannot right what is wrong, purify what is impure, or make holy what is unholy. That is all the sovereign work of God. Do I have faith in what Jesus Christ has done? So that right there is the reminder. It is not man's job to do that. It is God's job. That's why Jesus died for us. That is all the sovereign work of God. Do I have faith in what Jesus Christ has done? He has made the perfect atonement for sin. Am I in the habit of constantly realizing it? The greatest need we have is not to do things, but to believe things. It's a really strong line and a really strong reminder there for this morning. The greatest need we have is not to do things, but to believe things. The redemption of Christ is not an experience. It is a great act of God, which He has performed through Christ, and I have to build my faith on it. If I construct my faith on my own experience, I produce the most unscriptural kind of life, an isolated life, with my eyes focused solely on my own holiness. Beware of the human holiness that is not based on the atonement of the Lord. It has no value for anything except life of isolation. It's useless to God and a nuisance to man. Measure every kind of experience you have by the Lord Himself. We cannot do anything pleasing to God unless we deliberately build on the isolation, unless we continually build on the foundation of the atonement of the cross of Christ. The atonement of Jesus must be exhibited in practical, unassuming ways in my life. Every time I obey, the absolute deity of God is on my side, so that the grace of God and my natural obedience are a perfect agreement. So it's the reminder that when we do exactly as the Lord says, not what man says, but as the Lord says, that we will be in alignment. That is the thing that brings us closer to Him. Obedience means I've completely placed my trust in the atonement, and my obedience is immediately met by the delight of the supernatural grace of God. Beware of the human holiness that denies the reality of natural life. It is fraud. Continually bring yourself to the trial and test of atonement and ask, where's the discernment of the atonement in this and in that? So this is just, it's atonement is the reconciliation, right? And it's the reconciliation between us as humans having sin and between God being able to forgive that sin. And I think it's a really good reminder. At the beginning, it says, this is all the sovereign work of God. Do I have faith in what Jesus Christ has done? And so that is a very simple and straightforward reminder this morning that it's our place. Put faith in God. The most important thing we can do, as it talks in there, the most important thing we can do is not to do things, but to believe in things. I'm going to close again with Romans chapter 6, verse 13, where he says, do not let any part of your body become an instrument of evil to serve sin. Instead, give yourselves completely to God, for you are dead, but now have new life. So use your whole body as an instrument to do what is right for the glory of God. I'm going to continue for just a second. It says, sin is no longer your master, for you no longer live under the requirements of the law. Instead, you live under the freedom of God's grace. Remember that he does have that grace for us. Remember to continue to lift him up in everything that you do, and just stay focused on what is right. And it's always right to stay focused on God. So I thank you for joining me this morning. I hope this helps set the tone of your day, the tone of your week. I encourage you, as I have for several weeks, pick up a hard copy of the Bible. I love my Bible app. I love the fact that there's so much online that we're able to connect with the Bible and or connect through the Bible with God online. I still encourage you, pick up a written copy of the Bible so that you have that and you can take notes and follow along and highlight and hand that off to somebody that may need to hear that in the future. And then again, I would definitely encourage My Utmost for His Highest. It's a really good devotional, has great perspective, and it helps to keep me grounded and gives just some good, he does a good job of putting words to the meaning of what is in the verse for the day. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope you have a great day. Please do me a favor. If you know somebody that could stand to hear this message, please share it out with them. Throw a thumbs up on it. You can subscribe to the channel here on YouTube at youtube.com/faithandfire. I do this every Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great day and a great week. God bless. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.